Oh, okay. Hello, everyone. So I titled this "Not Responsible for Everybody Else," and I say that because there is still this debate. I was listening to a black women that I'm subscribed to, and still, you have some, and there's nothing wrong with that. People do what they want on their channels. I just like to, give my opinion, but I don't mind what people do on their channels. But still responding to what certain guys come down in their comment and complain about, especially when they complain about saying black women choose thugs, and this same old excuse. And here's the thing, and whatever else that they complain that black women do. Here's the thing, and I want to start by saying, somebody came. It was another guy that commented under one of my videos. I think it was about knew what they were getting into. It was talking about R. Kelly and Bill Cosby and how black people always want to talk about this public lynching. But those guys, when they were on top, if they thought they were on top, okay, regardless of if people believe they were on top, they thought they were on top. They thought they were untouchable. Okay, sorry. They thought they were untouchable. And so, you know, and I started to say they knew how they knew their position in society. They already knew about racism. They already knew about the so-called system of white supremacy. They were aware of all of that before they were in the position they were in as a celebrity. Okay, and then when they finally get taken down by the same people who helped them get to the top, okay, when they get taken down, they want to cry racism. They want to cry, and then they want to have the community talking about how they're being, it's a public lynching and all this stuff, you know. And so a guy commented under that channel, right? I don't, I started reading a little bit of it, and he was talking about how the man carried the seed and the black women need to do this and black women do. I just deleted his comment. Man is the God, and black women need to fall in line. When they come in there talking like that, I delete those comments. They don't need to stay on. And it's not even about it being offending me. Some people leave those comments in a comment section because they say, well, because they say it don't hurt their feelings. This guy didn't hurt my feelings, but he's not allowed to have a voice on my comment section. He's not allowed to have a voice. He has a voice on all these other channels. He can have over there. He don't need a voice on my under my comment section. Okay. And another thing too is that I have no interest in trying to help the black community because it's not going to happen. I have no interest in the black community from underwater because it's not going to happen. I'm working on keeping my head above water, so I can't do nothing with a whole community of people when I'm making sure my head stay above water. So if you have a collective, a group of people that don't care enough to come together and pull up their community, I'm not going to lift a finger. To work on my finances and get my house in order. That's what I'm working on, and that is let me tell you something. That's a battle every day. To get myself in order is a battle every day. So what do I look like trying to pull up the black community from underwater when I'm working on my own house? Okay, so no. Now I wouldn't mind if the black community, if the people who are supposed to represent the black community would come together in unity and want to, try to uplift the girls, protect the girls, mentor the boys. I'm talking about the men need to mentor the boys. The black women can only do so much. I just don't like this notion of teaching a boy to be a man. You can tell him certain things about women. You can show him what a real woman, a black woman who respects herself and has high self-esteem. You can show him an example of that. But whatever he does when he's grown is just what he's going to do when he's grown. And regardless of how good that mother is, I don't care, because I've talked to black men. I don't care how good that mother is. This black man is going to look for a male role model. They're going to want to look for a person of his gender and his complexion. That's what they're going to look for. Okay? Regardless of how good his mother is. I've said that before. And the reason I said that is because I actually listen to some of the things they say. Not when they bashing black women. I'm not going to listen to nobody call me a bunch of crazy names. But I'm talking about when it comes to a male role model. I don't care how good the mother is. I have a cousin who brags about how good his mother is, but he's still out of his own mouth, and he's 45, he'll be 46 this year. Out of his own mouth, he still talked about how he needed that male role model. He's a psychiatrist today. He still talked about how you need that male role model. Okay, so that's why I can't agree with a lot of these women talking about they can just do it all alone with the black male and raise him to be a man. I can't agree with that because that's not what the men are saying when they grown. And I take issue with a lot of black women who ignore what these guys say. Now, I'm not saying to not ignore them when they calling you all kind of itches and hoes and stuff. No, don't take in that type of toxicity. That's not your name. Your name is not, itch. Your name is not hoe. Your name is not thought. No, don't listen to those guys. And I'm not saying listen to guys who tell you to be submissive all the time. Don't listen to that either. Not, in my opinion, I wouldn't pay any attention. But I'm talking about these guys that's telling you, that they have wonderful mothers. Okay, that's why a lot of these guys, it's my cousin and the other ones, they picked good women to marry. They picked good women. Okay, and the reason why is that because whether their mothers were married to a man or whether they had a single mother, their mother didn't let anybody run over them. Okay, and so for that reason, a lot of these guys did know how to pick women, and they know how to be a father, even though they didn't have a father in their life. But they still learn from the example of a male, and this is what they say out their mouth. So I can't agree with these women keep talking about they're gonna raise a boy to be a man. Okay, you can raise him to learn how to respect other women if you be the example in front of him. But teaching him manhood and fatherhood, that's going to have to be a male example. Okay, but anyway, getting to the point of also not being responsible for nobody else's behavior. So I talked about, I'm not going to be trying to lift a finger to try to bring up the black community and build it and bring the black community from back up underwater because you don't see a collective effort. And I'm not going to stress myself out for something that's just going to be a flop. Okay. And also complaining about these women and what these women do. And I want to encourage other black women. What these other ladies at this point choose to do is not your problem. I can't control. These guys keep complaining about these women. And whoever they dating, whoever they choose to have sex with, whoever they choose to have babies by, choose to get these ladies pregnant, they like to flock to these ladies and give them that when these ladies don't give them the attention they want. That is not my problem. When a guy want to come to me because some other lady turned them down, or maybe they got a woman pregnant that they shouldn't have gotten pregnant, so they want to come to me complaining about some child support or some mess like that, that ain't a problem. I don't have children. I don't know where to begin with child support because I've never been in that position. So I don't listen to that crap. They put their penis in that lady. Okay, that's not my problem. I don't even listen to it. I don't entertain it. I don't try to take up for the woman. I just simply do not entertain it because it's not my problem. It's not my problem. It's not my responsibility to tell other people what to do. The ratchets, they want to complain about the thoughts and all this stuff. It's not my responsibility to tell other people what they're supposed to do with their lives. It's not my responsibility. Okay, because the truth of the matter is the community has failed their girls and their boys. The community has failed, and it's not going to be my responsibility in 2019 to try to tell other black women who to choose and what they should do and who they should have babies by and when they should get pregnant. I'm not going to do it. So when they come in with that mess right there, I just completely ignore it. I don't bother to respond because it's not even a conversation that need to be had. It's nothing you can do about it. It's nothing that you can do about it. So if I can't do nothing about it, I'm not going to have the conversation. My only purpose is to do what I'm sent to this planet to do. Okay. And so worrying about what other women are choosing, if they choosing thugs, if they choosing whatever kind of men they worrying about, black women dating outside their race and choosing white men, I'm not the one to tell black women who they supposed to be dating. I'm not the one to do it. So when they want to bring in those arguments, I'm not going to even entertain the mess no more because I'm not put on this planet to control what grown people do or even what children do. I'm not put on this world to control what people do. So I don't entertain things that I don't have control over. Okay, it's just that simple. Also complaining about these thugs, these guys who want to complain about black women wanting thugs. Where were a lot of these guys? And I'm not talking about the younger ones, but the older ones. Where were these guys when C. Dolores Tucker waged a war against gangster music? Where were these guys? Did she have a lot of backup from these guys? Because I guarantee you, the very thing that you see today is what she was trying to put a stop to. But nobody really had her back. Even though she covered a lot of ground, she was on a lot of major platforms, she didn't hardly get anywhere because the community embraced dysfunction so much that is although Dolores Tucker was on CNN and major platforms, got in the face of CEOs and billboards, people in charge of the billboards, she got into these people's spaces that the average person she was able to talk to people that the average person would not get a chance to talk to. That's how much power, that's how much clout C. Dolores Tucker had. But how far did she even get? Tupac, thug life. He glorified the whole thug life mentality. Okay, he glorified that, thug life. But how many of these guys who complain about black women wanted thugs, how many of them had a Tupac album? How many of them listen to Dr. Dre? How many of them listen to Snoop Doggy Dogg? How many of them listen to Ice-T? How many of them listen to these guys, but then you complain? You are part of the problem in pushing, that type of culture. Okay, because the black community is basically a thug and thought and ratchet culture. That is the black culture. Okay, so I say that to say, that's why some ladies respond to what these guys come in the comment section and say, and that's fine. That's their channel. I don't have anything against it. But they come into my channel with that same mess, and I delete their comments because it's a waste of breath. Okay, it's a waste of breath. It's not my responsibility to control what other people do. I have no control over that, and there's no need to have a conversation about somebody complaining about what black women do. It's a waste of a conversation because the community the black community is a permanent underclass. It's a permanent underclass, and black women and black men relationships will never be mended. Not in the next 20 years. It won't be mended. So I'm not going to engage in a conversation that nothing is going to happen. You're not going to get any fruit from that kind of conversation. And so when they come in my comment section with those comments, I delete it because it's a waste. It's nothing you can do about it. You can complain, but nothing's going to change. Anyway, that's all I got to say, and I'll talk to you soon.